Hi, I'm Shannon Baker, and today I'm speaking with Stacey Swinson, local pottery artist and owner of Ground Up Pottery. Today she's given us a peek into her studio and her process. Let's take a look.
My name is Stacey Swinson and I'm a potter. Well, I used to be a teacher and then I became a jeweler, and then when I was making some jewelry, I didn't know anyone in that town and I became interested in trying some pottery classes, and then I came here and I started at Emerge taking classes and I loved it, and I just found my people. It was really great. So I started making pottery about 8 years ago. Most of it's a bit rustic and everything's functional. Everything has to be able to go in the dishwasher. It has to be able to be microwave safe. Like, that's my life. I have kids, 2 dishwashers, everything goes in the dishwasher. I'd hand wash nothing. So just like super durable, but I like a little bit more organic, modern, and with a little bit of rustic. I like to show some raw clay. I like to think about, like, what do I need? I don't have a lot of like extra stuff in my house. It's pretty streamlined. I don't have knickknacks. I think about, like, I need a container for, drink packets for my kids, or I want somewhere to put my soap dispenser. My husband wants to make bacon. I'll make him a bacon maker. I have mixing bowls, just functional things that, you could buy at the store, but I could make it and it would be special in mine and match with whatever I wanted it to look like. Most of the part, I come up with the ideas on my own. Sometimes I'll look at a shape of like a friend asked me to make a whiskey glass for him, and I don't drink brown liquor, but I didn't know what that should look like, but I looked online and I found glasses. I really like the shape of those. I'm like, well, I don't do glass, but I could make that glass in a similar line. And it sort of took on this whole new life of, like, I love how this feels. I want to make stemless wine glasses like this. I'm going to make coffee mugs like this. And it's just this really simple shape, but in your hand it feels awesome. And I like things to feel good. You want to, like, hold something and feel like comfort in how you're holding it. In my cabinet, I have like my favorite mugs, the one that just feels a little bit better. I like to have like a place for my whole hand to fit in this way, or if it's really hot, then I can hold it with 4 fingers on the inside. I like things to just feel, I always look for the cozy mug. So there's just like some that are a little bit more round and a little bit more functional for me, that just feel good in my hands. So whenever I make something, I trim it and I usually carve on it. I love carving, and all of that comes off of it goes into a wet bucket, and my wet bucket is gross and saturated all with water to try and keep the dust down. And then when I'm ready to recycle it, I scoop it out and put it on plaster bats, and usually within a day it's about ready for me to reuse. I usually can go through 100 to 200 pounds of clay a week. A lot of that will get recycled. Out of about 25 pounds, I probably recycle about 7 pounds. And the type of things that I'm making, whether it's a coffee mug, which is less than a pound, or about a pound, to a chip and dip bowl, which is closer to 6 pounds. I like my drink, but I also enjoy it to feel good. I think that's part of the experience. So I have 3 kids. I have 2 boys that are 7 and 5, and then I have a 3-year-old daughter, and we are done. There will be no more. She's my stop sign. So they take up the most of my time. When they're in school, usually I am exercising, and then I meal prepping and getting ready for the day, taking them to dentist appointments, all the things. And then once they go to bed, that's my time. So usually from like 8:30 until ideally before midnight, but it has been past 2 a couple of times this week. So I don't sleep very much. I just give it up. But no, they're good. They just need a lot of attention. So I can't do a lot of pottery during the day. It just isn't working for my life at that moment. I need just some time in the studio where I can make a mess, and even if I come out with absolutely nothing, the next day I feel better. It's my happy place. My husband hates it. It's very messy. He sits in the chair over there and he'll watch TV with me, but he wishes that I had a cleaner hobby because I'm literally playing with mud. Like, I'm making a mess. Everything in here ends up covered in clay in one way or another. I think something, when you watch the videos that maybe I post online or other potters post, it looks really simple. It looks really simple because it's taken us a long time to get to that point. There are some days when I come in here and all I make is a mess, and it's okay. And I think that, you know, if you're starting pottery, if you want to start pottery, there's great places in town. Parks and Rec and Emerge have great programs that are available. And if you get into it and you are more interested in it, I'm actually the president of the Tar River Potters. We started that guild a few years ago, and we're growing slowly. We're trying to grow the education about ceramics and the process of why this mug costs so much and how it goes in, like everything that goes into making a piece. So if you're interested, like there's definitely great resources in Greenville and around the area. And if you start and you are terrible at it, doesn't mean that you're always going to be terrible. Like, you can practice. This is something you don't have to be like a singer probably had a good voice to start with. Potters don't know how to do this. This isn't something that most people just can sit down and do. We're just going to make a big mess for a while, and that's okay. You can recycle anything before it's fired, so you've really not lost anything. You're always learning. Even if you don't come away with something, you can always learn from it.